Hey gang, Dr. Big Ed, your guitar pedal shrink. Back again. But today, we're not going to talk about pedals, but we're going to talk about something very, very important and very serious. Your hearing. I've talked about this before in my videos from my nephew and a couple other places, but this is serious stuff. We don't put enough emphasis on taking care of our hearing, saving our hearing for later. For example, I started my career mostly as an acoustic artist. So I was like, well, I'm not around loud music and, I'm not putting myself in those situations. No problem, right? Wrong, because it's cumulative. And it's also based on age and habits, DNA, lots of things, right? It can be hereditary. And I'm really paranoid about it because I make my living in music. So I want to pass this along to you. Do yourselves a favor. It can happen overnight, literally overnight. You can be fine one day and the next day you've got ringing in your ears and then it gets worse and blah. So when it happened to me, I jumped on it, did something about it. Couple of tips. First tip, caffeine. I know we like our coffee, we like our tea, but, and I've talked to many, many doctors about this, so it's not just Dr. Big Ed telling you this. Caffeine, any stimulants really, but caffeine will make it worse once you have it. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. It was a painful thing to learn and deal with, but I switched over to decaf, never looked back. As soon as I did, dropped it 50%. The other thing you should look out for is NSAIDs. That means aspirin, Advil, ibuprofen, even Aleve, which naproxen, any of those, Sudafed, any cold medicines with these types of elements, they're going to make it worse. They are. Like when I get a cold, it's horrible because I know I got to take the medicine, but it's going to make it worse. But I stopped taking NSAIDs unless I've got like a screaming headache. And even then, though, taking just enough, not taking too much, taking it easy that day, laying down, not being in front of music, trying not to make it worse. Because, yeah, I know, you get sick, you have a headache, you feel bad, you got to take something. It's going to happen once or twice a year. But on a regular basis, stay away from these items because they're going to make it worse. All right, so caffeine, any type of, and drugs, come on. I mean, you're talking to Mr. Former Drug Dude, okay? I did it all, but you can't. You just can't. I'm sorry. It's going to make it worse. It might even help bring it on. So any stimulants of any kind. Smoking, yeah, I know. Even weed, it will, because the cilia, still trying to find out exactly the right way. Everybody has a way of saying it, but the hairs, the microscopic hairs in your ear that get damaged, that cause tinnitus, get irritated by smoking. Yeah. So, sorry. Everything in moderation, I guess. So smoking, caffeine, stimulants, NSAIDs, cold medicines. All right, so that said, the best way to avoid getting any problems with your ears, and this has helped me immeasurably over the last several years, is get these, all right? These are custom molded earbuds, but these aren't in-ears. You can get in-ears too, because some people like them, I don't. I want to hear, I want to feel the pressure, you know, coming off the stage. But you get custom molded in-ears. What you do is, you go to an audiologist. I happen to have one right up the road. Paid her $85 to look at me, make some molds, took those molds, sent them to ACS, right? In California, they have them on file, so if I ever need them again, they've got my molds, and I can get more than one if I wish. So that's what I did. I got a pair of minus 26 dB and a pair of it says minus 16, but they're actually minus 17. Now, you'd be like, oh, wow, yeah, but I'm not going to be able to hear. No. What these suckers do is they eliminate, they cut the bad frequencies, right? The frequencies that cause tinnitus, or should I say, aggravate tinnitus. So, you will be able to hear. I can hear with these things fine. I'm just hearing less of those frequencies. So say like 8K, 3K, whatever it may be, maybe a little on the low end. So you get your sound, you get everything sounding the way you want to, and you put these in. You'll still be able to hear the band, you'll still be able to sing in tune, you'll still be able to play in tune, you'll just be hearing less of those frequencies. And trust me, I wear these when I go to shows to see other people play. I wear them all the time when I play, especially if even in the studio, if the amp is in the room, and it's made a huge difference. I have almost no issues thanks to this and to the other tips I gave you about caffeine, smoking, NSAIDs, etc. So, $85, whatever your audiologist charges, mine's $85. Paid for that, $85. Couple $100 for these suckers. It's way better investment than any guitar pedal, okay? And I'm Mr. Guitar Pedal. So that's my tip for the day. Please, I hope, heed my words, because I was one of those guys that thought, no, I'm never gonna get tinnitus. That's nonsense. But you will, and it will just happen overnight. It just happened. Boom. Like one day I didn't have it, and the next day I had a raging airplane. I'm telling you, it was so bad. The first day it hit me, I went to the hospital. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh my God, it feels like my head's gonna explode. And you can get it under control. So, but don't let it happen. Get these. Don't let it happen. It's a modest investment. Come on, we've all spent more on nonsense and gear, right? Just do it, man. Trust me on this. Probably $300 all in. And ACS, which isn't the only company, by the way, I think Spectrasonics is the other. A couple friends of mine have others that also use custom molded, but ACS has an insurance plan. If you pay an extra $50 and you lose them, you get a free pair, a replacement pair. Pretty good. All right? Hear well.